Are you ready to break free from the doubts and limits holding you back? Welcome to Embrace Your Value, where therapy meets coaching to help you unlock your true worth and take control of your life.
Hi, I'm Kristen, a trauma therapist dedicated to helping you heal, break old patterns, and reclaim your power.
And I'm Jen, your support coach, here to show you how to set fierce boundaries, embrace self compassion, and step boldly into the life you deserve.
So, whether you're stuck in self doubt or feeling lost, know this: your value isn't up for negotiation. It's time to own it.
Every week, we tackle real issues that challenge, inspire, and empower you to live with purpose and confidence.
So, grab your favorite drink, take a deep breath, and let's get started.
Because you're not here to play small. It's time to embrace your value. Hey everyone, welcome back to Embrace Your Value, where we get real about the messy middle of self-growth and show up with tools to help you find confidence, clarity, and calm. I'm Jen, your go-to for all things accountability and aligned action.
And I'm Kristen, your resident trauma therapist, here to bring a bit of brain science and compassion to your self-discovery journey. Today's topic, one thing that seriously changed both of our lives, Jen's favorite, habit stacking.
Yes, we're calling this one the science of habit stacking. Small changes, big impact. Because honestly, creating lasting habits doesn't have to be overwhelming. If you've ever said, I just can't stay consistent, this one's for you.
So let's start here. Why do habits even fail in the first place? It's not because we're lazy or undisciplined. Our brains are wired for comfort and efficiency, not for change. When we try to overhaul everything at once, we're basically overwhelming our nervous system.
Exactly. Most people try to go from 0 to 100 overnight. Like, I'm going to meditate for 30 minutes every day and do yoga and meal prep and journal. And it's way too much. Habits fail because they're too big, too vague, or not connected to something that already exists in your routine.
And shame plays a huge role here too. When we break the habit, we feel like we failed as a person. And that shame actually makes us avoid the habit altogether.
Absolutely. Which is why I'm obsessed with micro habits and this concept of stacking them because they're simple, non intimidating, and shame proof.
Let's break it down. Habit stacking is a method that came from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. The idea is to attach a new small habit to something that you're already doing, so it becomes automatic.
Like brushing your teeth, making coffee, and putting on your shoes. These are already part of your autopilot. So instead of creating a whole new routine, you sneak something beneficial right next to it.
Your brain loves patterns. So if the cue already exists, like pouring coffee, your brain will start to expect that next action, like writing down your affirmation or doing a breathing exercise.
Yes. And that's what makes mindfulness easier. When people say, I don't have time to be mindful, I say, let's make it a habit stack because it can literally take 30 seconds. Mindfulness doesn't have to be a big production. Let's give some juicy examples because this is really where the magic happens. So let's say habit stack one. After I brush my teeth, I say one positive affirmation. Habit stack two. When I make my morning tea, I'll take 3 deep breaths before that first sip. Habit stack 3. As soon as I sit in my car, I'll express one thing I'm grateful for before turning on the engine.
Ooh, I love those. And here are a few that are great for emotional regulation. After I check my phone, I'll unclench my jaw and drop my shoulders. Before I open my email, I'll place my hand on my heart and remind myself I'm allowed to pause. After I eat lunch, I'll do 2 minutes of grounding, feet on the floor, full presence.
This all makes sense. These aren't life overhauls. They're the little moments of intention layered into what you're already doing.
And over time, those micro moments retrain your nervous system. You feel more in control, more present, and more proud of yourself, which is what makes that habit stick.
Let me ask you this, Kristen. What was your turning point with habit stacking? When did it really click for you?
Honestly, it was the early days of me starting my own practice. I had zero energy for big routines. I was trying to squish a bunch of stuff into one day. I needed some structure, but I just couldn't make everything happen all at once. So I started with something really small. After I make my bed, I'll stretch for a minute. And that 1 minute started saving my sanity, and it grew from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you said that. It grows from there. So you get to decide how quickly it grows and how much it grows. Mine was really when I started to realize that I could build my beliefs into habits because I had such a negative outlook on what I was capable of and what I could really do in terms of academics that I started just really small with that. And I started habit stacking with when I would get up in the morning, I would remind myself that I was capable. I would remind myself that I was grateful for being able to remember things. And I would tell myself those things as I was getting ready in the morning. It became this habit of when I looked in the mirror, I said something positive about how smart I was. And those things just grew and grew to the point where when I look in the mirror, I see a whole new person. But it took time. And I was really good to give it that time. And I think that really helped me to grow into this place where I don't feel super inadequate all the time anymore.
That's the heart of it. It isn't just about routines, it's about identity. And when we talk about identity, we want to make sure that we're feeling good about that identity, right? We don't want to get into this shame place because we're not doing things the way we want to or should do them. Oh my gosh, the shoulds. So, what we want to do is we want to prove to ourselves, not to other people. We don't need validation from other people. We need to prove to ourselves who we're becoming, right? And we do that one small moment at a time. So every time you look in the mirror, whether it's the car mirror or the mirror when you're getting ready, or at night when you're brushing your teeth and you say, I can do this, I've got this, you're amazing. Jen loves go be amazing. And I love that. Go be amazing. Like, just tell yourself, go be amazing today. Go get everything that you want to get. The more you tell yourself, the more real it starts to become. So it's just one small moment at a time. It doesn't have to be a big overhaul. It can just be one little thing.
Absolutely. And honestly, you want it to be one little moment. You don't want it to be big because you won't stick to anything big. My favorite story when I'm talking about this kind of stuff is to tell my husband's story, which was like several years ago. I don't know. I think we were still dating at the time. And we had decided to go join a gym. And I went, they have a women's section and a regular section. And so I went into the women's section because I felt more comfortable in there. And so I went and did my thing and we met up in an hour. And I said, how did it go? What did you do? And he goes, I did 45 minutes on the elliptical, Now, mind you, we had not been in the gym for probably a year. And I said, "Oh, how do you feel?" And he goes, "Oh, my legs are jello." And just this whole thing. He couldn't walk for 3 days. And it was like he didn't want to go back. And I just kept saying, "What if you went and you did 10 minutes on the elliptical and then you did something else?" And he's, "Oh, but people will look at me if I only do 10 minutes." Who cares? You got to start somewhere. And so that's how I feel about habit stacking, is that we have to start small and we have to start somewhere. So if you're listening and you're ready to actually stick with something for once, here's your takeaway. Choose an anchor habit that you already do every day. We gave you several options and several ideas, but if you don't like the ones we gave you, choose something else, something that you do every single day on autopilot. And then pick one micro habit you want to build. So whether that's improving your mindset, whether it's something physical, like within your physical health, whatever it is, even if it's something as easy as wanting to stay consistent with taking your supplements or medication. Like, I feel like we're better with taking medication, but what if it's taking your supplements? Okay, great. Every morning after I brush my teeth, I go take my supplements. That's habit stacking. Stack those habits together and keep it simple. And the big thing that I love so much is to celebrate every time you follow through. Make a chart, give yourself a sticker, high five yourself in the mirror, whatever it takes, but celebrate it, because the more you do that, the more you're going to stay consistent. And then once it's like on autopilot, you can stack another habit if you want.
And give yourself grace, right? This isn't about perfection. Oh, nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect. So we have to step away from perfection and step into grace for ourselves. It's really just about creating a gentle rhythm of self-support.
Oh, I love that phrase. And I tell my clients all the time, it's progress over perfection. It's never about being perfect. All right, friends, if this episode resonated with you, we want to hear from you. Share your favorite micro habit or tag us on social media with your new habit stack.
And if you want more support building habits that feel good, not forced, check out the link in the show notes to join our next group session. If you want more support building habits that feel good, check out the link in the show notes. Send us an email or just give us a comment. Let us know what's going on with you, and we'll give you more tips and tricks. We just need to know what you need as a person, because we're all individual.
Yeah, and you've got this, one tiny habit at a time. So go be amazing and
Stay grounded and embrace your value. Thank you for being here with us today.
if today's episode hit home, don't just keep it to yourself. Subscribe, leave us a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Because everyone deserves to know their worth.
Next week, we're diving even deeper with more insights and tools to help you break free from limitations and live authentically.
Until then, keep raising your standards, owning your worth, and embracing your value.